Hey Justin,
Hey, how's it going?
fine, thank you. Yeah, we're back again with a short podcast, and I would like to talk about what has happened during the weekend in the Middle East. A lot has happened.
Hello, listeners. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the time. Subscribe to Middle East Unfiltered and join us for more unfiltered takes on the Middle East. Like the video if you want more honest content, and comment below. What topic should we cover next?
Yes, it's been very busy. There's a lot of movement, at least build up. Everyone is expecting wider conflagration, and we hope that the Americans are able to bring the necessary firepower to bring Iran to basically healed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, to me, it should have been easy. Skip those days of MOU. Just bomb them. That's the only way.
Let's hope that Trump this time around is able to bring the firepower. They have a lot of movement in the region. Planes are coming. There's preparation being made. Likewise, there's preparation on the Iranian side. I mean, they activated the Houthis. The Houthis are currently having exchanges with the Saudis. There's a lot of other sort of peripheral negotiations taking place. Again, namely talks about Abraham Accords, talks about Saudi Arabia's peaceful nuclear agreement, the 123 agreement, and then exactly what Trump is going to do in Iran, whether he's going to strike Pickaxe Mountain, which is a significant target for America, apparently a very difficult target. But as far as Trump has mentioned, he said they have the capability to do it quite easily. And then whether Iran is actually going to change course. Iran obviously holds the key here, and that is the Strait of Hormuz. The nuclear file and the ballistic missiles and the proxies, these are all become secondary. Hormuz is now the primary. And it sets a bad example for other countries being able to attack ships and to charge tolls. And this is what Trump is trying to resolve at the moment. I think once he believes he can resolve the Hormuz issue, because that has global ramifications, then he will return back to focus on nuclear and ballistic missiles and the proxies in the region.
I think that the Strait of Hormuz for the Iranians, they're using it as a cover. And in the meantime, they're going ahead with the nuclear and enriching uranium. Um, I don't understand what Trump was saying that China and Russia are not providing weapons to Iran. Of course they are. They've been doing this for years.
It's an axis that exists. And you have Iran, North Korea, China, Russia, a lot of the BRICS nations. So yes, it is. It's an axis, and they do supply them. They do help them. This may be very relevant to what is currently happening. There was a Ukrainian strike on a Russian ship that Iran is now claiming, using the words that it was their own ship. And that ship was sailing through the Caspian and had weapons that were being delivered from Iran to Russia to be used in the Ukraine. And there is a corridor of shipment of arms that come through the Caspian, either from Iran to Russia or Russia to Iran. So yes, definitely, like you're saying, there's definitely armaments that come into Iran, and Iran is always going to be on the same side as the Russians. So yeah, I agree. I'm not sure why Trump is saying that, but I think he's just trying to compartmentalize or deal with various topics one at a time, rather than bring everything into the picture, because then you start dealing with a much broader geopolitical problem.
I want to know, when will Trump declare state of war?
Here's the question. will he declare a state of war? Does he have the backing from the local population? And that's like his Winston Churchill moment, where Winston Churchill went to the public and he explained to them the threat of Nazi Germany, and he rallied the people, and the people stood behind the leader and understood that it was a battle that they had to win. And this is what Trump and his team should be doing. They should be using the media and all of the tools necessary in the country to show the Americans that Iran poses a significant threat, and they do, to the world, to Europe, and directly to America. And because of that, he has every right, because America did not begin this war, Israel did not begin this war. This war is being fought by a maniacal regime in Iran that has the backing of its people, and they want to see the world dominated by Islam, and for them there's nothing else. Whereas the West does not understand that and believes that they can still negotiate. The West believes that people like that are doing what they're doing because they're oppressed or because they don't have the financial freedom. And this is the biggest mistake. They're not responding like that because they want those things. They're responding like that because it's Islam. This is what Islam sees in the future. It sees a world dominated by Islam only. And as long as America believes that there's negotiations or there's somebody to talk to, the Iranians will use that and will always have the upper hand, because for them it's not about talks. For them it's like you said, they continue. They will always continue, whether there's talks, whether there isn't talks. They will continue on their path that they believe has been set out for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have to understand, and I'm going to be harsh here. You know me. We're talking about the Americans. Now, don't get me wrong. We love America. Israelis love America. We love President Trump. We're very happy when he was elected. But to me, when I say Americans now, these are not the same Americans that were years ago. These Americans right now, especially with the wokeness, they think it's not happening in my territory, in my backyard. I don't care. Like America first, America first. That's the thing. That America first slogan is America first to fall. Because they need to understand that if they want America to survive, they have to fight. They have to go to war with Iran, also with Qatar, because Qatar will help Iran eventually. Now we know on the news, yeah, like all of a sudden Pakistan and Qatar is trying to go back to the table to bring Iran and states at the table. They're all in this together until the West understands that it doesn't matter if Iran bombed Jordan or it sends missile to Jordan. They don't want to hit Jordan. They want to hit Israel. Okay, they're using the aerial, space to get to Israel. That's their mission, and the next mission is the states. So they have to understand that. No good Muslims, and I keep saying this again, no good Muslims, they all have the same agenda. They all have their freaking book, satanic book. So this cult cannot live with Western values. It doesn't exist. So the Americans that we see, most of them today, I don't think they care or they don't pay attention to it. They're not looking for the long run. They're not looking at the implications. I think now these days, like today, I got up this morning, I'm going to do my stuff, and that's it. Not enough history, geography, math, geopolitics. Very important. So they need to understand the only country in the world that cares for the United States is Israel.
Without repeating what you said, but for the most part, it's the old adage, ignorance is bliss. And I think for most people, that's the state that they want to remain in. Because to understand what's happening in the world today, and that we live at a very dangerous time, and it's true, the world is in a very, very precarious place. There is an axis that is anti-Western, that is gaining a lot of momentum, and the Americans still have the firepower. If they have the will and they have the political leadership that is willing to do the right thing, then things can still be set right. But while the leadership in America does not take the bold stance, and the people don't take the opportunity to wake up and to see what is happening, unfortunately, America will not find itself in an easy position. They will be having to make the difficult decisions. Again, something like what Churchill said, the cost of not going to war will be greater than the cost of going to war now. And I think that this is something the Americans, unfortunately, and the West are going to find out, that if they did not deal with Iran sufficiently now, that they're emboldening not only Iran, but they're emboldening every bad actor who is watching very carefully at what America does. And now is the time for America to take the ship's wheel and to steer the ship of the free West into the right direction, rather than thinking that somebody else will fix things.
Yeah. So we'll just have to wait and see. Time will tell. Justin, thank you. I will see you next time.
Thank you.